Thandi's IDP story. This is Thandi's story. Thandi lives in an informal settlement next to a township in an average small town. She was elected into her local informal settlement committee and given a mandate to get houses for the community. Thandi went to the municipality housing department to find out what to do. They told her to speak to her ward councillor. The ward councillor told Thandi that the municipality was getting ready to develop its 5-year integrated development plan, also called the IDP. Thandi and her neighbors were able to use the IDP process to get their settlement upgraded. It was a long and challenging process. When Thandi first heard about the IDP, she did not know what it was all about. No one she spoke to could explain it to her in a way that made sense to her. The ward councillor said it was a prioritization of ward needs. But this was not specific enough to help Thandi come up with a plan of action to get her informal settlement upgraded. Thandi then did a bit of research on what the IDP was and how it could help her and her community. This story summarizes what Thandi learned and what she did. Hopefully Thandi's story will give you a better understanding of what the IDP is all about and help you develop your community. At the beginning of the 5-year period to produce an IDP, Thandi went to a general ward meeting in her ward. She heard that the process for developing a 5-year IDP was about to start. At this meeting, Thandi and her informal settlement committee members used this meeting to mobilize community support for the upgrading of her informal settlement. By the end of the meeting, there was general consensus within the meeting that the upgrading of the informal settlement was an issue of high priority for the ward. Many other priorities were also identified for the ward, like the building of a clinic, the fixing of stormwater drainage, renovating the old community hall, and many other things. This list of prioritized ward needs and opportunities was then taken up by the ward councillor and ward committee to the municipality and combined with the needs and opportunities of all the other wards. Thandi then discovered that there was an IDP representative forum where the key stakeholders and officials came together to further discuss and prioritize all the ward needs and opportunities across the whole municipality. Thandi went to the municipality to register as a representative of the Informal Settlement Committee and was accepted to participate on the IDP representative forum. She further mobilized support within this forum and spoke boldly on the challenges facing those living in informal settlements. She asked for and got more support from across all the wards for the prioritization of the issue of informal settlement upgrading. The municipal officials took all the prioritized development needs from the IDP representative forum and went away to produce a draft IDP. These officials further had the task of ensuring that the IDP addressed the key issues raised in the sector plans and that there was money from the municipality on commitments from other government departments where this was necessary to implement the projects identified. Once all this was concluded, a draft 5-year IDP was brought back to the IDP Representative Forum for discussion. Once this forum had discussed the draft IDP, it was taken to all the wards for presentation and discussion. This allowed each ward an opportunity to interrogate the 5-year IDP and to know exactly what projects would be implemented in their wards and when. This consultation process was extended to the business community, civil society organizations, and other stakeholders of the municipality. In Thandi's case, the 5-year IDP showed that communal toilets would be installed in her informal settlement in year 3. But before this upgrading could take place, new bulk water sanitation pipes needed to be planned and installed in year 2. In year 2, the municipality would also employ town planners to help the community design a basic map for the community that would mark out the plots and roads in the informal settlement. Other projects like a clinic and new taxi rank that Tandy had not thought about but which the people in the ward wanted were also reflected in the 5-year plan. After everyone had made comments on the IDP, the municipality made slight adjustments to the plan and the final 5-year IDP was then finally approved by the council. In the following years, Thandi and her informal settlement committee members continued to attend community meetings called by the ward committee to check on progress of the projects identified. At these community meetings, they also informed the ward committee of any issues relating to the quality and standard of services received. The ward councillor would then raise these issues with the relevant departments within the municipality for a speedy resolution. Before long, there were many community members in the ward who were involved in monitoring the progress of implementation of the projects throughout the 5-year period. This level of commitment by the community members ensured that the ward committees did not slack and that community and other meetings were organized and held regularly within the ward during those 5 years. In year 2 of implementation of the IDP, Thandi participated in a project steering committee for the upgrading of her informal settlement. Town planners and engineers were involved in these meetings to do the detailed planning that was needed to get ready to actually upgrade the informal settlement in year 3. At these meetings, Thandi and others were able to discuss with the municipality where they thought the roads and paths should go in the informal settlement. They also discussed how to build the roads and communal toilets using local building materials where possible and local labor that would be trained. When year 3 came, the bulk services and the informal settlement upgrading plans had been done. This made it very easy to build the roads and communal facilities within Thandi's informal settlement without any problems. By the time the annual IDP review came around in year 3, Thandi had joined a local women's group that was involved in social upliftment in the community. They visited the elderly, established backyard gardens, and ran a savings club. The group managed to mobilize in the revised IDP plan for year 4 for the development of a pedestrian bridge across a dangerous road that cut the informal settlement in 2. By this time, community activism had grown in the area. When the next local government elections came around, Thandi was elected onto her ward committee as a representative of women and vulnerable groups. Thandi is now working hard to prepare the sector to participate in the next 5-year IDP cycle by proactively organizing community meetings where women and children and people with disability can meet to discuss what assets they already have that they can build on and what their priority development needs are. These issues will be taken to the next general ward meeting for discussion along with other priorities raised by other groups. The community is in effect preparing itself to proactively submit its development priorities and needs to the municipality for inclusion in the draft IDP as opposed to waiting for the municipality to bring a draft IDP to them. Thandi also still wants to see the people in her neighborhood get individual title deeds to their land and get more assistance from government to build better houses. The community has also identified a piece of land where they want to start a combined fish farming and chicken project. There are also crime prevention, skills development, and many other project ideas that the community has discussed in the past that they want to include in the next IDP. Thandi is committed to working hard to get these and other projects onto the next 5-year IDP. Thandis story shows how important it is for communities to participate in the planning and development process of the municipality and to know how the IDP can best work for them. If Thandi had not participated in the IDP process, her informal settlement may not have been identified for inclusion in the plan. The new pedestrian bridge would definitely not have been built. Thandi was able to monitor and hold government to account for the decisions that it had made. Tandy knew what was in the plans, and the municipality was able to keep her and others updated on the progress. Tandy's experience, like many others, shows that it's important for people, citizens, communities, and for you to participate in the municipal IDP process. If more people participate in planning, the decisions that get made will better reflect the needs and aspirations of the community. This is everyone's responsibility, not just a responsibility of a ward committee or a chosen few. Your future is your responsibility, and you have every legal and legislated right to inform decisions about your own development. To find out more about the IDP process, visit the Afesis-corplan website at www.afesis.org.za. That is www.afesis.org.za. On this website, you will also be able to find out about other ways you can get involved in the development process in your community.